Doxers. Usually they are harmless, but what if I told you I got doxed by a company? Yes, a full-on company. So as some of you may know, I used to be a Minecraft YouTuber. It was a dark time. So I started out upping my ranks in the community, gaining subscribers, views, the usual. When I decided to partner with a company to host a server called SMP PvP. Now, I am no longer affiliated with the server, but when I was in charge of partnering SMP PvP with a server hosting company by the name of Typical Host, which as of right now is shut down. I wonder why. So when you sign up for any type of partnership, you usually have to sign up via their website, which also usually makes you put your address in for the billing information. Now, me being me, I didn't think much of it. I put my information in, I partnered with them, and I got my Minecraft server. When you get a Minecraft server from a partner, sometimes they'll offer you a developer to help you out with running the server. Now, though I thought this was awesome, a free developer on a Minecraft server with 35 gigabytes of RAM, nothing fishy could possibly be going on here. 15 days after the partnership, I get a call from a developer who goes by the name of Zeppelin and his friend Bilbies. They tell me Typical Host is ending our partnership and that it is canceled. But not to fear, they are here to save the day and put my server on their own custom computer. I declined, obviously, and removed them from SMP PvP because I was no longer partnered with that company, where they then take it as I use them and they get upset. This is when it gets interesting. An account joins my server and says a location very close to my house, literally an hour after my partnership had ended. I message Zeppelin and ask him about it, and he denies ever being a part of it at all. So I go to sleep, wake up, and I have a message from Zeppelin saying that him and the owner of Typical Host have also been doxxed. But wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why would all three of us get doxxed at the same time? I pressed them about it and asked them if maybe it was a person who didn't even exist, but they don't know that the person doesn't exist. So what do you know? The alt account that set the location so close to my address DMs me with a person I just said in the chat that doesn't even exist. They say that the person who doesn't exist was putting them up to it. Now at this point, I know the company was trying to cover up for what was done, so I start accusing them of lying. Then the person I mentioned earlier named Bilbies gets added to the group chat and admits to everything and said he had doxed me. But this doesn't answer my question of how he even got my information. Bilbies was not a legal staff member at Typical Host. He was just friends with Zeppelin. This is when the Typical Host owner really starts to get scared. I question Bilbies on how he got my information. Caden, the owner, just goes silent. That was when Bilbies sends a screenshot, accidentally leaking that all of them are currently on call together and talking about how to cover up this massive fumble. Now, at this point, they all know they are fucked. So as a last ditch effort, Caden sends this to the group chat. It basically just says a database may have leaked my information on accident, and it has nothing to do with Typical Host, which is complete bullshit, by the way. So I threaten a lawsuit because it's obviously a registered business that they own. Typical Host is a business, and this clearly scared Bilbies because right after he messaged me this. Listen, I don't expect you to still not be angry or anything, but I want to explain more. Me and Zeppelin have been going around since last December working on things and projects and then them being wrenched right out of our hands without notice. It felt to us as SMP PvP was finally our breakthrough and we were going to end up losing the streak. And when I got removed, I felt very angry and distraught because I thought things were going very well. I was and still am very angry, and that led me to do incredibly stupid things like it has in the past. Caden is lying and he did give me the information. I'm 13 and my mom would absolutely murder me if I went to court, so that would suck. And Zeppelin keeps getting accused of things that he hasn't even done, which made him very angry. He was not involved in this, he was just in VC the whole time, so if anything legal were to happen, I think it should be against me and Caden. I told Bilbies to get Caden to admit and then we'll talk, and Bilbies sent all of my information that Caden had sent him. So that's when I started to message Caden. I asked him how my information was even given to Bilbies in the first place. He says it was sent to a staff chat and Zeppelin must have leaked it. He says he's not the owner and just the CEO, which does not even matter at all, he's still in charge. We go on to argue about how Zeppelin is still in the staff team, and it's still Caden's fault that my information was leaked, and it was just in a standstill for a while, until I told him I would take it to court, unless he says sorry and admits to what he did wrong, which he partly does, but it wasn't good enough for me. He needed to admit to everything, so I pressed further. He tells me that some information can be used in staff group chats during investigations. What kind of investigation for a partnership needs to have my full name, address, and phone number? I also asked him why he even pretended to be doxxed to cover up what happened, and his only explanation was, I did it because they wanted me to. That is just not a valid excuse at all. Guys, I killed someone because they wanted me to, ass excuse right there. You as a CEO of Typical Host pretended to get doxxed to stop any backlash, and he doesn't deny it. He just says, okay, and what exactly do you want me to do? This is 4K Ultra HD. A CEO of a company admitting to aiding two weirdos and doxing me and helping them cover it up. This is honestly just crazy. By the way, I restarted my Twitter, so go follow that. Also subscribe and join my Discord server now.
Do you wanna die? 'Cause I'ma take your soul.